my dear students, welcome back to Strength of Material course. We are discussing axial loading diagrams. Today we need to discuss some problems regarding delta gap problems and yielding of the supports. Okay, let's have a look on some problems on delta gap. Some delta gap is given in the question. How to solve that kind of problems? Some questions are given in GATE and other competitive exams. Some prismatic bar subjected under axial loading, some gap will be given. In between that gap, after that some fixed support will be there. Okay, so due to axial load, some deformation will occur. Total deformation in the compound bar is greater than or equal to delta gap. In that case, support reactions will come into picture. The procedure to determine the support reactions if delta total greater than or equal to delta gap, we need to discuss in delta gap problems. Just have a look on the problem. Here, this is the question. A compound bar subjected under axial loading condition. Some gap is between this and here. Some delta gap. Some gap is given between free end of the compound bar and fixed support. Okay, here P Newton is acting here. This is the P Newton. Okay, some load, axial load is acting at this point. A, B, C and D. Okay, here the logic is first we need to determine delta total deformation in the compound bar ABC when an axial load acting at point B. Okay, now here P amount of axial load acting at point P. First we need to determine total deformation. If total deformation is greater than or equal to delta gap, this particular C point will coincide with D point. Okay, in that case support reactions we will get it. Okay, so then RD will come. Okay, so how to solve this kind of problems? As a first step, you can determine total deformation in the bar. Okay, so for that, draw axial loading diagram from here to here. Okay, so this is positive, of course positive. Here there is no load acting at point C. No load means 0. Come up to here. First draw axial loading diagram for the given compound bar. Then determine total deformation in the bar. Then check it out whether total deformation is greater than or equal to delta gap or not. If total deformation is greater than or equal to delta gap, in that case RD is not equal to 0. Okay, so as a first step you can determine delta total. Okay, so total deformation in the compound bar. Now I am here. I have seen the load, both are acting in same direction, means positive, move right. Don't lift your pen until unless next load came. Here RA will be acting in opposite direction, it is P, it is A. Okay, support reaction at point A. Now I am here. I have seen the load, both are acting in opposite direction, means negative. Negative means we need to move left. Okay, so it is P, positive. Total bar AB subjected under tensile load P. Here PAB equals to P kilonewton or P Newton. Now you can determine area of cross section will be given and E values also given. Here it is A1 E, it is A2 E will be given. Okay, so now determine total deformation in the bar. Total deformation in the compound bar ABC, compound bar ABC, delta total equals to delta AB plus delta BC. Of course, there is no load acting in the portion BC. That is why PBC equals to 0. Okay, so that means delta BC equals to 0. What is delta AB? PAB LAB by AE. Okay, so this is AB. What is the load acting in the portion AB? That is P. Length of the portion AB, it will be L. It is of course L. Now PL by AE, you will get it. This is total deformation in the bar. Here the condition is, if, it is very important condition, delta total is greater than or equal to delta gap. In that case, RD is not equal to 0. RD, the reaction at the support D exists. Why? Because once C point will touches this point, then there is a restriction in the deformation in the compound bar ABC. Whenever restriction comes, immediately reaction will be there. Okay? So if delta total greater means of course, okay, support reaction will come. Even it is equal, RD is not equal to 0. Now if delta total less than delta gap, here RD equals to 0. There is no reaction at fixed support. What does it mean? What is the meaning of second statement? Delta total less than delta gap. That means C point will come here. C point not at all touching D point. In that case, there is no question of support reaction here. Okay, so these two conditions are very important to solve delta gap problems. Okay, after seeing this question, immediately draw axial loading diagram for the corresponding figure. Don't think about fixed support. First check it once whether delta total is greater than or equal to delta gap or not. If first condition satisfy or D is not equal to 0, then you can happily use compatibility equation to determine RA and RD. Okay, so first decide whether RD is not equal to 0 or RD equal to 0. Okay, so first check this condition is very important. Now here I assume that this condition is satisfied. How to determine support reactions we need to discuss now. Okay, first write down up to here. This is checking only, just to check support reaction exists or not. Understood now? It's very simple. C point, okay, so it depends on the C point, whether C point touches D point or not. This particular end touches the support or not, that can be decided by determining delta total deformation in the compound bar ABC. Write down. Next, for example, here I assume that I have given a numerical value of P and AE, everything given. I calculated delta total, then I got delta total greater than or equal to delta gap. In that case, RD is not equal to 0. Now, how to determine the support reactions? We can discuss. Yeah, of course, here delta total, it comes up to here. it is coming. Okay, so from here to here is delta total. Delta total. Clear? So in this case, delta total is greater than delta gap. Okay, so now some reaction will come. Some reaction, I assuming one direction, it is RD. Okay, so now I am assuming this particular thing. Okay, any doubt so far? Just it is an assumption, direction of RD, whether it is downward or upward. Okay, just assume one reaction. After that what to do? Draw pseudo axial loading diagram. Here what is this? Sigma V equals to 0, RA plus RD equals to P, RA equals to P, RD equals to P minus RA. Start from the top end. That is up to you. That doesn't matter. First we need to draw pseudo axial loading diagram to determine the support reactions. Method 1 we need to repeat. Now it is of course positive. Okay. Now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in same direction, means positive go move right side. RA come up to here. Now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in opposite direction, means negative, then come up to here. This is RA minus P, of course, minus P. Now come up to here. Now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in same direction. Both are acting in same direction, means we need to add P minus RA to RA minus P. Just add it, you will get 0. Now positive, of course initially we need to assume all the loads are positive. Okay, so here it is RA, here it is RA minus P. Now we need to apply compatibility equation. We already done this procedure to determine support reactions in statically indeterminate bar subjected under non-uniform axial loading by using method 1. This is the method 1. You need to follow method 1 in delta gap problems. Now here check it once. Compatibility equation. Compatibility equation. What is compatibility equation here? Delta total equals to delta gap. The total deformation in the bar is allowed up to delta gap. After that there is no this particular fixed supports are not moving. That is why total deformation is allowed up to here. This is the compatibility equation. In last case, if both ends are fixed, okay, if these two fixed supports are not at all allowing the deformation, that is why delta total equal to 0. But in this case, okay, what is the total deformation is allowed here? Delta gap. If both ends are fixed, okay, delta total equal to 0. Delta gap is there, delta total equal to delta gap. There is a yielding of supports, delta total equal to delta yield. Okay na? So what is the magnitude of total deformation is allowed in this case? That is delta total equal to delta gap. Okay, yeah. By using pseudo axial loading diagram, you need to determine support reactions. Focus on the compatibility equation. In this particular case, delta total allowed up to delta gap. After that, this fixed support is not allowing the deformation in compound bar. If both ends are fixed, delta total equal to 0, delta gap is there, delta total equal to delta gap. There is a yielding of support, delta total equal to delta yield. Three compatibility equations for three different cases. Now, what is the total deformation by using the pseudo axial loading diagram? Tell me here, PAB in this case, PAB is nothing but RA, PAB equal to RA, PBC equals to RA minus P, RA minus P. Now, delta AB plus delta BC equals to delta gap. What is delta AB? Tell me how to determine delta AB. PL by AE. Here RA L by, of course, A1E. E is same, compound bar. It is not a composite bar. Okay, E will be same material. RA minus P. Same length is given. I think A to E equals to delta gap. Understood? Now, RAL by A1E. Here I have given A2 equals to A1 by 2. Okay, so here A1 equal to A and A2 equal to A by 2. In that case, RA into L by AE plus RA minus P into L by A by 2 E equals to delta gap. In this case, how to determine the magnitude of A? That is the game here. RA into L plus 2 times RA minus P into L by AE, AE into delta gap, AE into delta gap. Finally, what you will get it? Here, RA plus 2 RA into L minus 2 PL equals to AE delta gap. Finally, 3 RA into L equals to 2 PL plus AE delta gap. ठीक है, फाइनली RA equals to 2 PL plus AE delta gap by 3L. ठीक है, so this is the support reaction RA. Finally, we got the magnitude of RA. RA equals to 2PL plus AE by L delta gap, AE by 3L. This particular thing is 3L, 2P by 3 plus AE by 3L delta gap. This is RA. RA. Now, what is RD? RD equals to P minus RA. Here P minus 2P by 3 plus AE by 3L delta gap. It is P by 3 minus AE by 3L delta gap. So finally, this is the magnitude of support reaction RD and RA. This is the way to determine support reactions when delta gap is given in the question. Right on up to here. It's very simple. Understood now? So I repeat, so in this type of problems, they will definitely ask to determine support reactions. First step, as a first step, determine delta total. Check the condition whether delta total is greater than or equal to delta gap or not. Once delta total greater than or equivalent to delta gap, in that case, RD is not equal to 0. In that, you need to draw pseudo axial loading diagram, then use compatibility equation. This is the compatibility equation when delta gap is given. Okay, delta AB plus delta BC, it is as usual calculation. Finally, we will get the magnitude of RA and RD. Okay, so follow the step. We can solve one numerical problem regarding this method. Right on up to here. Yeah, write down the given data. Here, A equivalents to 100 mm square, E equivalents to 100 gigapascal, P equivalents to 40 kilonewton, Here A equivalents to 50 mm square and E equivalents to 100 gigapascal and length equivalents to 100 mm. Here this also 100 mm, delta gap equal to 1 mm. Delta gap equal to 1 mm and this particular thing, this L equal to this. From here this L also, L1 and L2 both are 100 mm. Now as a first step, we need to determine the total deformation. For that we need to draw normal axial loading diagram. So from here to here, this is A, B and C. Okay, this is C actually. So from here to here it is what? There is no axial load. Okay, so it is positive actually. So now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in same direction. It will be 40 kilonewton. Come up to here. This is also 40 kilonewton. Then now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in opposite direction. Of course it is 40 kilonewton initially. Then come up to here, everything is positive. As a step 1, first determine delta total. What is delta total? Delta AB plus delta BC. Here it is 0. Now delta AB in the sense of P AB L AB by AE. AB. Okay. So what is the load in the member AB? What is the load acting in the member AB? Plus 40 kilonewton. Just substitute everything. 40 kilonewton into, this is how much? 0.1 meter by, what is A? 100 mm square. What is the E? 100 into 10 cube. Newton per mm square. Okay, so in terms of gigapascal, gigapascal in the sense 100 into 10 cube megapascal. Megapascal means Newton per mm square. Finally, 40 into 10 cube into 0.1 Newton meter by 100 mm square here it is 10 to the power of 5 Newton. Finally we will get in terms of meter. Okay, so how much is that? Tell me ek. Tell me how much you will get it. So how much is that? 4 10 power 4. So 4 into 10 cube by 10 power 7 meter. Finally how much you will get it? 4 by 10 power 4 meter. Yeah. Here I need to keep 0.1 mm. That is better. Then only we can solve the problem. No issue. 4 by 10 power 4 in the sense, tell me. 4.4 mm. 0.4 mm. Delta total. Delta total equal to 0.4 mm. Delta gap I have given 0.1 mm. Now we can get RD. If it is 1 mm, impossible task. Just we need to calculate support reactions, right? Adjust this 0.1 mm. That's it. Just correct na? 0.4 mm. Ek. Now here delta total is greater than delta gap. That is why RD is not equal to 0. If you keep 1 mm na, the RD equal to 0. Okay, delta total will be less than delta gap. We need to solve problem, right? We need to calculate RD. Just to keep 0.1 mm. That's it. Now, how to determine support reactions? This condition is satisfied here. This condition is satisfied. So, you will get this kind of figure. Okay? So, now it is 40 kilonewton. That means RA equal to, it is RA only now. Write down up to here. So, you decided that RD is not equal to 0. Now, determine support reactions RA and RD. This is the procedure to decide whether RD is 0 or not. Drawing axial loading diagram, calculating delta total, comparing with the delta gap. So, you decided RD is not equal to 0. Now, step 2, procedure to determine support reactions. Now step 2. Here RA and RD both exist. Delta gap is given. Now RD is equal to how much? It is 40. Just numericals only. 40 kilonewton. 40 minus RA. Everything in terms of kilonewton. Okay? So just draw pseudo axial loading diagram. Start from here. It is assumed to be positive. So, of course, A, B, this is D actually. D. Okay? So, now I am here. Initially, you have drawn free body axial loading diagram up to here. Now, we need to draw free body axial loading diagram up to D. Now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in same direction. Same direction means move right. It is RA, come down, it is RA. Now I am here, I have seen the load, both are acting in opposite direction. That means we need to move left. It is RA minus 40 kilonewton. Initially assume that RA minus 40 is positive. Come up to here. Come up to here. So RA minus 40 kilonewton. Total thing in terms of kilonewton. Now I am here. I have seen the load. Both are acting in same direction. Just add. RD is equal to 40 minus RA kilonewton. Total thing is just add that, you will get 0. Initially assume that everything is positive. Here PAB. Here PAB equivalents to RA kilonewton and PBC equivalents to RA minus 40 kilonewton. Everything in terms of kilonewton. Now, as a step 2, we need to apply compatibility equation. Compatibility equation. Compatibility equation in the sense delta total equivalents to delta gap. delta total equal to delta gap. That is the compatibility equation when delta gap is given in the question. Now, delta total in the sense delta AB plus delta BC equals to delta gap. What is delta AB? Tell me. PL by AE for the member AB, PL by AE for the member BC, delta gap. Now, PL by AE, here what you will get it? What is PAB? RA into L, AE plus, it is how much? RA minus 40. It is RA minus 40 in terms of kilonewton. It is L. Of course, it is A by 2 into E. A equals to 50 means this is A2. A2 equals to A by 2. E is not changing. It is delta gap. Finally, what you people are getting? Here RA into, it is how much? L is how much? 0.1. 0.1. Here RA in terms of kilonewton, it is in terms of meter. A is nothing but 100 mm square into E in the sense 100 into 10 cube Newton per mm square. We need to write down the units properly. Next, RA minus 40, it is in terms of kilonewton into L. L is nothing but 0.1 meter by, it is how much? 50 mm square, 100 into 10 cube Newton per mm square, 0.1 into 10 power minus 3 meter. So 0.1 mm na, 0.1 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Everything you will get in terms of meter. Okay? So here kilonewton na, it is kilonewton. Now here RA into 10 cube 0.1 by 100 4 7 10 power 7. Here it is Newton, actually it is Newton meter. Correct na? Newton meter, mm square cancel out, finally Newton. Next here RA minus 40 into 10 cube into 0.1 by, here 5 into 136, 10 power 6. Here it is Newton meter, it is Newton, 10 power minus 4 meter. Okay, correct na? So finally what you will get, tell me? Calculations. Calculate and tell me. RA, here it is RA into 10 square. So here you will 10 power 6 you will get here, plus RA minus 40, 10 square by 5, it is equal to 10 power 6 you will go that side, 10 power 6. Just 10 gets cancelled out, one more 10 will be cancelled here. Okay? So 10 square 10. Okay? 110 will be remaining. RA minus 40 into 10 square will come here, 10 power 6 will go that side. Finally, RA into 10 plus, how much is this? RA minus 40, 100 in the sense 520. So here you will get 100. Here you will get 100. Correct na? So finally 30 into RA, 30 into RA. So RA into 10, 30 into RA minus 800 equal to 100. 30 into RA is equal to 900. RA is equal to how much? 30 kilonewton. Okay? Then RD is equal to 40 kilonewton minus RA, 10 kilonewton you will get it. Okay, RA equivalents to RA, finally RA equal to 30 kilonewton, RD equal to 10 kilonewton, you will get it. This is the way to determine support reactions when delta gap is given. Right on up to here. This is one of the special keys in GATE. Okay, na? So you will get this type of questions in GATE and other competitive exams. So first follow the steps. First determine total deformation. Okay, na? So whether C point will touch D point or not. Okay, check the condition. After that, draw pseudo axial loading diagram. Then apply compatibility equation. Here compatibility equation is this. This is the compatibility equation. Delta total equal to delta gap. Total deformation in the compound bar is allowed up to delta gap. After that, these supports are not allowing deformation in the compound bar. That is the meaning of compatibility equation. If both ends are fixed, these fixed ends are not at all encouraging any axial deformation in the compound bar. That means delta total equal to 0 when two ends are fixed. Delta gap is given. Okay, so the deformation is allowed up to delta gap. That's it. It's very simple. Just we already solved this kind of problems in statically indeterminate compound bar. Okay? So same procedure we need to follow, only change here as a compatibility equation. Now, put a yielding of supports. See here, yielding of supports. Here, just to see the same example, yielding of supports. Okay, A, B, C. The support C yield by, it is C will comes to C dash. This is what? Y yield or delta yield. Okay, delta yield by some amount. This is a fixed support, of course, but the supports is not 100% fixed. Okay, here support C is having ability to move up to this particular distance. That is called yielding of the supports. Delta gap is different. Okay, that support is rigid. There is no movement of the supports. Yielding of supports means movement of the supports. Okay, so once you apply this particular load P, okay, so support C yield by delta yield means what? After application of the load P, so the movement of the support will take place. Last case delta gap, that is different. Yielding of supports means movement of the supports. Okay, support will move a particular distance. That is called delta yield. How to solve yielding problems? Yielding of support problems. It is very simple actually. Just we need to change the compatibility equation. Okay, so in general, if it is not 0, delta yield 0. Okay, we already solved the problem. Okay, by drawing this particular pseudo axial loading diagram. Here, tell me, just draw pseudo axial loading diagram. This is RA. So this is yield by, here it is C dash, RD equals to P minus RA, P minus RA, yielding is given. Now draw pseudo axial loading diagram. Here it is positive. Now I am here, I have seen the load. It is A, come up to here. It is RA, come up to here. It is RA minus P, come up to here. RA minus P, just both are acting in same direction, is positive. Positive means just add this point, P minus RA plus RA minus P equal to 0. Just you need to add that. Okay, it is plus, positive. Now compatibility equation. Take compatibility equation. So what is compatibility equation? Delta total equals to delta yield. We need to use same compatibility equation as delta gap problem. There two steps. First we need to decide whether end C will coincide with the fixed support or not. But here only one step. In most of the cases RB is not equal to 0 in delta gap problems. Okay? But anyhow you can check it once. So delta yield, in the sense delta yield is given. The support C is having some yielding effect. Yielding means movement of the support. It will definitely move. You can happily write the compatibility equation. How compatibility equation came? The total deformation in the compound bar is allowed up to delta yield. After that, there is no question of allowing axial deformation in the compound bar ABC. Okay, that is the meaning of movement of the support, yielding of the support, delta yield. So once delta yield given in the question, we need to take delta total equal to delta yield as compatibility equation. So delta total is very simple. You have drawn pseudo axial loading diagram. Of course, it is very easy to calculate delta total. Delta AB plus delta BC equal to delta yield. So now RA into L by AE, RA minus P into L by A by 2 into E, delta yield. Now tell me, how much is this? Here RA into L plus 2 into RA minus P into L, AE into delta yield. So here what we will get it? 3RA into L is equal to 2PL plus AE delta yield. Finally RA equal to 2P by 3 plus AE by 3L delta yield. It is nothing but RA. Same expression you got it. I write a delta gap came there. It's exactly same. Both are same, but physical meaning is different. Delta gap means some gap is provided between the support and the free end of the compound bar. That is delta gap problem. Here, yielding of the support itself yield by delta yield. Okay, here support itself moving a distance of delta yield due to application of axial load. Okay, so here RD, RC here, right? If you write, it is D na? Yeah, you have written D, default. Okay, so RD equivalents to P minus RA. So P by 3 minus AE by PL delta yield. This is RD. Yeah. This is compatibility equation for delta yield and yielding of the supports. You should understand the physical meaning of delta yield and delta gap. Right on up to here. Next. Yeah, we need to solve one numerical problem. You can solve same problem actually. Yielding of the supports only. Yielding of the supports. Yielding of the support. Okay, no issue. It is A. Here 40 kilonewton is acting. Here delta yield equal to 0.1 mm. Delta yield equal to 0.1 mm. Here A equivalents to 100 mm square. E equal to 100 gigapascal. And length L is equal to 100 mm. Here length L is equal to 100 mm. Here A equal to 50 mm square. E equivalents to 100 gigapascal. Now, it is very simple. Okay. Here support reaction will be RA. So, of course, RD equivalents to, here it is RA plus RD equivalents to 40 kilonewton. So, RD is equal to 40 kilonewton minus RD, of course. Here 40 minus RD in terms of kilonewton. So, whatever the answer you will get last, everything in terms of kilonewton, RA and RD in terms of kilonewton. Now, first draw pseudo-axial loading diagram. It is positive, of course, A, B, C. A, B, D actually. So now I am here, seen the load both are acting in same direction. That means positive. Here you will get RA and then come up to here, come up to here, come up to here. Then now I'm here. Now I am here. I have seen the load both are acting in opposite direction. That means we need to move like this. 40 minus RA. No. RA minus 40, of course. 40 kilonewton. You move left. Okay. So now come up to here. RA minus 40 kilonewton. Then now I am here. I have seen the load. Okay. 40 minus RA. Sorry. 40 minus RA. Just add it. It will get 0. Now, initially assume that everything is positive. Now use compatibility equation. Delta AB plus delta BC equal to delta yield. So, just observe how to write compatibility equation in 3 different cases. Okay. So, delta AB plus delta BC equal to delta yield. It is nothing but PL by AE. It is AB plus PL by AE. It is BC delta yield. It is nothing but RA into L by AE. This is RA minus 40 into L by A by 2 into E is equal to delta yield. Okay. So here just substitute RA, it is kilonewton, Newton, 0.1 meter, it is 100 mm square, 100 into 10 cube, Newton per mm square, plus or else you can directly substitute in that, na? No issue, just write it. This is how much? RA minus 40 into 10 cube. Okay, so into 0.1. meter by, it will be 200 into 10 cube Newton per meter square. It is mm square. Finally, we will get Newton. It is 0.1 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Then what you will get, tell me? Here, so RA into 10 by 10 power 6. Correct na? 10 power 7. Yeah, we will get it. Here it is how much? 2 into RA minus 40, 10 square by, here it is how much? 10 power 7, here it is 10 power 6. Here 0.1 into 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 4. Here you will get how much is this? RA into 10 plus 20 into RA minus 40. Here equal to 10, 100 na? 100. Finally, RA is equal to 30 kilonewton. RD is equal to 10 kilonewton. You will get the same answer. Okay? So, delta same numericals, right? Same compatibility equation. Finally, we will get that is 900 by 30. That is 30 kilonewton. So, this is one way to solve the problem. And one more way is there. Just we are having expressions now. Right on up to here. We are having expression, right? So, that is what? Here it is just write RA separately. You will get RA into L by AE 2 into RA minus 40 into L na is equal to AE delta yield. Okay, so here 3 RA into L minus 80L is equal to AE delta yield. Here it is what? It would follow the thing. RA is equal to 80 by 3. It is in terms of kilonewton plus AE by 3L delta yield. Correct? So, it is kilonewton na? 80 by 3 kilonewton. AE by L in the sense 80 by 3 plus A in the sense 100 mm square 10 to the power of 5 na? 10 to the power of 5. 100 into 10 cube. Newton per mm square by 3 into 0.1 meter. Here 0.1 into 10 power minus 3. You get delta yield. So, everything we need to write in a proper units. Then RA equal to 80 by 3 kilonewton plus how much is this? 10 power 7, 10 power minus 4 by 3 into 0.1. It is in terms of Newton actually. Correct na? So, everything in terms of Newton. It is in terms of kilonewton. 80 by 3 kilonewton plus 10 cube na? Here 10 by 3 kilonewton actually. So, here 90 by 3 kilonewton. So, 30 kilonewton you will get it. RD is equal to 10 kilonewton. So, we can solve this problem by using this expression also. Okay? Simple only. It is not a $1 million thing. Okay? Done. Pakka? So, here remember, units are very important. Don't do any calculation mistakes. Here RA equal to, just now we derived it na, 2P by 3 plus AE by 3L into delta yield or delta gap. You got it na? So first 2 into, here P equal to 40 kilonewton, A is equal to 100 mm square, E is equal to 100 gigapascal, L is equal to 0.1 meter or else 100 mm. Okay, so RA is equal to 2 into 40, right? Immediately write kilonewton. Just write 40 kilonewton. It is very important in GATE. Substitution on only it will decide. Okay, substituting the values in a proper way is very important in GATE. Okay, so here some students are failing to substitute it, cancelling the units. That is why I am spending some time. Don't take in bad way. Okay, so here 100 m square, here 100 gigapascal. Gigapascal in the sense into 10 cube megapascal. 1 megapascal equal to Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square. 1 gigapascal equal to 10 cube megapascal. 10 cube Newton per mm square. Actually 1 gigapascal equal to 10 power 9 Newton per meter square. 1 megapascal equal to 10 power 6 Newton per meter square, or 10 power 9 Pascal, 10 power 6 Pascal. Okay, 1 megapascal equal to Newton per mm square. Here 100 gigapascal equal to 100 giga. 100 into 10 cube mega. Okay, so that is the thing. AE by 3 into L. L in the sense 100 mm. So you can write in terms of meter. It is also write in terms of, if you write in terms of mm, here we need to keep in terms of mm. 0.1, here it is 0.1 mm na. Keep it is also mm. Finally cancel the units. mm square cancelled out. Mm and mm cancelled out. Here finally 80 by 3 kilonewton plus. So here once you cancel all the units, finally you will get Newton. Keep that Newton here. Okay. So 100. Total how much here? 4 plus 10 power 7. 10 power 7 into 0.1. 3 into 100. Okay na? So finally how much you will get here? 80 by 3 kilonewton plus 10, here total 3. 10 power 4 you will get. 10 power 4 Newton. Correct na? 10 power 7 means 10 power 6 to cancel out. Finally 10 power 4 Newton. Here you can write 80 by 3 kilonewton. So 10 by 3 kilonewton. Correct na? So 1 kilonewton equal to 10 cube newtons. So finally here you will get 90 by 3 kilonewton, 30 kilonewton. Okay? So this is the way to substitute the values along with the dimensions. Okay? So then cancel the units. Okay? So cancel the units in a proper way. So here mm square cancel. Finally you will get Newton here. Mm cancel. So what is the unit of this particular set? What is the unit of this particular set? That is Newton. So just write Newton. Here 40 kilonewton, that is given. P is equal to 40 kilonewton. You substituted. Only one unit. 40, it is kilonewtons. It is in terms of Newton. Okay? Convert Newton into kilonewton. RA. It is very important. I am not wasting your time. Okay? So writing the units in a proper way and cancelling the units is very important in GATE. We will definitely do simple mistakes. cancel, write all the units and cancel it. Finally, write down the unit which remaining after cancellation. Okay? This is the way. So I think you got some experience in solving delta gap and delta yielding problems. Okay? Now we can solve some numericals regarding axial loading diagram.